right, Picard. It's not rest we seek, only escape.
Escape?
We were brought to this moon over 5 centuries ago, from a star system called Uxmal.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Fully Functional, Teen G Podcast. I'm Maggie, joined by Jeff and Dory.
Yo.
Jeff and I are veteran Trekkies, and Dory is a rookie Trekkie, and we are taking her on our first journey through Star Trek The Next Generation. Today we're discussing the episode Power Play. The original air date is February 22nd, 1992. And apparently there was an alternate title for this episode.
There was an excellent alternate title, and I am heartbroken that they did not use it, because originally the episode was titled Terror in 10 Forward, and fuck them for choosing Power Play instead.
Yeah.
Kate, that's gotta be the name of our episode.
Yes. Yes.
That's an amazing title.
Right? I have no idea what their problem was. Why would they pick Power Play over that? Apparently, Power Play was like a holdover title that was meant to be for another episode, like ages and ages ago, and they ended up putting it on this one instead. Maybe they thought Terror in 10 Forward was too cheesy of a name. Like there is a Voyager episode called The Haunting of Deck 12, which I'm sorry is just stupid. But Terror in 10 Forward is hilarious. I would have loved that.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta lean into the goofy.
Exactly.
All right. So we'll take it to Dory for the recap now.
Okay, so full disclosure, I'm reading from my notes. I watched this episode a few weeks ago, so I don't remember it. Hopefully I'll remember more of it as we go on. I started to read my notes to try to refresh, but listen, at what cost?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Enterprise is going into orbit around an unexplored M-class moon of Mabu 6? The moon is reported to be uninhabited, but they're picking up a weak distress call. They're like, there's no life forms, can't track the signal. But Data's like, oh, I recognize this from my time at the Academy. It is a Starfleet subspace distress signal standard to the Daedalus class starships.
Yeah.
Daedalus? Sure. And he's like, oh, we haven't seen one of those in 172 years.
Yeah, in fact, we don't even see one.
Yeah. So the missing ship is called the Essex. It's from like 200 whatever years ago. And their captain was Bryce Schumar, which is, I guess, important.
I mean,
name
kind
to
of.
remember. Not really, but sort of. And then, okay, so happy that Ro is here. I love that they're bringing her in for more shit. Mm-hmm. So, love that. Okay, so then Picard's like, oh, look at us. We solved a 200-year-old mystery. And Troy's like, no, we absolutely have not. Something's going on. Something's wrong. Something's happening. And she's like, something's alive down there. So they have to take a shuttle down to the planet. We get the away team is Data, Troy, and Riker. There's like shitty weather on the planet, so they can't transport down, but O'Brien can transport down.
It's almost like it's inconsistent.
For reasons that So okay, so
this episode starts off a lot like the Royale.
Oh, yeah.
There's like a weird, shitty planet. There's some sort of mess down there. They find out that there's humans. They beam down, and it's not what they expected.
Yeah, but the Royale was way more fun.
Yeah, I will definitely give it that. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes.
Okay, this is very much a side note, but you know what? Maybe this has happened and I just am not aware because I'm not aware of a lot of shit, but like, I feel like, okay, do you remember at Wonderland, they had those like SpongeBob 3D rides, you know, where it was like the 40, you sit like two people and it kind of moves around with like a huge screen.
Oh, yep. Yeah.
I think they should do a Star Trek one of those because you
They
know how
did.
like they did. Okay, good. Because I
Yeah.
was like, this is a missed opportunity if it's not been done already with everybody like flinging around on the bridge.
There used to be a Star Trek themed, not amusement park, but like mini in a hotel amusement hangout thing. I don't really know how to explain it. It was called Star Trek: The Experience. It was down in Las Vegas. And it actually had a couple of these like 3D / walk through the sets rides, I guess you would call them, / tours.
It's like the rides at
and-
like Woodbine Mall.
Ooh,
No, they
I
were more
love
complex
those.
than that. They had like
All right, Edmonton Mall.
but no, like they had like a sit down, TV roller coaster thing for part of it. There were like lots of actors in it, lots of really big effects. And there were two of them. One of them was some sort of Klingon thing that they brought you onto the bridge of the Enterprise D for it. And the other one was some Borg one that had the dumbest name in the universe. It was called Borg Invasion 4D, because the more Ds that you add, the more scary it is, I guess. And fun fact about the TNG one, they didn't use the original bridge for it, obviously. They built a bridge for it. But the original bridge for TNG was obviously struck when the series was ended, and they ended up using it for another set later on. But the bridge for Star Trek: The Experience was rescued and is currently in a sci-fi museum.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Oh, that would actually be like a cool thing to visit.
It's
I'd go
gone.
to a sci-fi museum.
Sorry. The sci-fi museum is still there. The Star Trek: The
yeah.
Experience closed down about 15 years ago.
Okay, well, I'd go to the sci-fi museum. That sounds cool.
Hey, I would have gone to Star Trek: The Experience if I could
Yeah.
have.
Yeah. Listen, if anybody has any access to time travel, let us know so we could go back. Just
this
for
is
this
Star
one thing.
Trek.
Yeah, just like when Troy and Data and Riker are in the little shuttle and they're like flinging around. So I was like, this should be a ride.
Yeah,
So,
where you get to fling around. Yeah.
Yeah.
You notice that they're in the old shuttle? The shuttles that they only use for the really dangerous missions?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so so they like do like a rocky crash landing, and the ground reminds me of Dagobah. Riker has a broken arm. There's like distortion in the sky, and Troy's like, something feels weird. And so O'Brien he's like, I'm gonna go down to do some enhancements, but I'm gonna go down transporter style. So, what? Okay. The weather cleared for him, I guess.
He
But then-
used the tech in order to tech the tech.
Yeah.
So then he's like, they set up these like posts around them, and he's like, I gotta go feed Molly, so we gotta get back. And I wrote in my note, Riker says lunchtime, but I don't remember if
He
that's a
does?
note from me or if he actually says lunchtime. I don't know. It's been a few weeks. I just see they set up post, Riker says lunchtime, and then they get struck by lightning and knocked out.
because O'Brien has to go feed Molly.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, but he says
Very funny.
lunchtime?
I guess.
guess.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either, but I wrote it down. So they get struck by lightning, they get knocked out. Then there's like floating lights that enter their bodies because of course it does. Every floating light will enter everybody's body in this show.
Yeah.
Riker avoided it, so for like, I guess this is explained, but basically the short version is he doesn't get invaded because he was injured.
Yeah, he's not appealing.
Yeah. No,
And
it's
so
because
then
the pain receptors, like when your pain receptors are going off, it like rejects the entity or whatever.
yeah.
Something like that.
So Riker is able to activate what I called the reverse Bermuda Triangle. And they get back to the ship. So Troy wakes up screaming, and Riker asks Data if he has any ideas on like how to like look through the storm. And I wrote Data starts to answer, but then creaks. I don't remember what the creaking is, but I think he makes some kind of sound or something. Yeah. Something weird happened.
Well, I think he has like an error.
Oh, yes, he glitches.
Yeah, he glitches. That's the word I was looking for.
Okay.
Because
so
the entity is like
creaks.
fucking with him.
Yeah.
Which they don't explain how they're able to like infiltrate Data's bullshit.
Magic.
Yeah, I guess.
So Data's like, hey, we want to look over at who cares about the crash site? Let's like look over at this other area. But Riker's like, actually, we are looking at this. And then Data looks grouchy. I I do not remember what he looks like grouchy, but he makes a grouchy face apparently. So Troy then talks to Picard and she's like, the vibes were directing her to the southern polar region of the planet. And that's where we should look for the Essex. Meanwhile, Ro tells Riker that like the helm is locked and their navigation, everything's being rerouted to the southern solar region.
Polar region.
So Riker, what did I say?
Solar.
Polar. Sorry. To this. Oh, okay. Oh, so man, shit goes down. So, Riker asks Data if he knows anything about this, and Data fucking knocks Riker down. Riker calls security to the bridge. Worf takes a phaser out and is somehow taken out by O'Brien.
Yeah.
He's like knocked over the control panel. Ro fires at O'Brien in the shoulder.
Let's be perfectly fair here. Picard calls security to the bridge while security, Worf, is right behind him.
Ro like fires at O'Brien in the shoulder, then he fully nails her in the stomach, knocks her against her seat to the floor, and Riker like moves command to engineering, and they are on full security alert. Then O'Brien shoots Riker. It's like, how dare you? Oh God. Okay, there is some shit with this episode that I don't. Oh God. Okay, we'll get into it after. But holy shit. Okay, so Picard is. Oh no, Picard doesn't even know what's going on. He just goes out of the ready room, and Troy's like, oh. Then she knocks him into the floor. I wrote into the wall, floor. Whatever that means. So Troy, Data, and O'Brien, which I started referring to them as one entity that I called Data O'Troyan. Because I figured at this point I'm gonna have to keep repeating stuff they do together.
Yeah.
So I just started calling them Data O'Troyan.
Nice.
So that's exclusively.
Fun fact, actually, the actors had such a good time doing this episode because, I mean, obviously they got to flex their acting muscles a little bit.
Yeah, this was real fun for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had nicknames on set.
Oh.
Yes. So, Troy's name was Slash. Data's was Buzz, and O'Brien was Slugger.
Okay, Slash is incredible.
Yeah.
That's such a good nickname. Okay, but on a different sort of note, okay, I worked at a day camp many years ago, and we all had to have nicknames, and a lot of people did them after, like, Pixar or Disney characters, and I could have used my own name, and the kids would not have known the difference.
That is accurate.
Because I do have the same name as a popular Pixar character. But I went with Buzz also.
Nice.
So, thanks. Good job, Data.
That was pre-Buzz Lightyear, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
that's cool. I love that. Slash.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I love that. Slash, Buzz, and Slugger?
Yeah. Slugger, I think, because of the amount of people he got to knock out.
Oh.
Yeah.
O'Brien
Okay,
doesn't
that's
get
fair.
punch-out moves very often in the show.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Okay, so Data O'Tryon go to the lift, the turbo lift, and Worf, a redhead, and a hot guy are on the case after them.
I love when they're running through the hallways and there's that random guy who has to move out of the way and he just looks like set crew.
Yeah.
Okay, so then Data, O'Tryon leave their comms on the floor and they move. What? Oh, they're stuck in a security field. But they get out by Data. What did I write? Fucking around. Okay.
I think he pulls a panel off the wall and just does some shit.
He literally just
Yeah.
grabs the panel, electrocutes himself, and that turns off the thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. I vaguely remember that. So now we. There's Keiko and Molly. They're in 10 forward.
Yeah.
Believe?
Yes, they are.
Yeah. And Data O'Tryon come in, and they're basically like, this is a holdup. Everyone on the ground, but not actually.
Yeah.
But actually, sort of. So Worf fires at O'Brien. O'Brien fires at something beside Worf. The redhead fires at Data. And I just wrote denied. I don't even know if someone says that or just, I'm not sure. Listen, I'm really going off I'm trusting what I wrote in my notes, and it is failing me a little bit. But then Data phasers the redhead. Troy is, she's just brutal. She's just firing the phaser at randos at this point. And in 10 forward, and I guess she phasers the hot guy who then breaks a table.
Oh yeah,
in
he
10
flies
forward.
backwards and the table like smashes because it's glass.
Yeah. Then Picard, he over the I said the announcements, the comms. Picard's like, Picard to Worf, report, Mr. Worf, acknowledge. Can you hear me, Mr. Worf? And then Troy goes, yes, Bridge.
Oh yeah,
he can
he's got a
hear
gun
you.
to his head.
And Picard is shaken to his very core.
Dun
at
dun
that response.
dun.
So Data O'Tryon are now set up in 10 forward, and they are fucking around with the computer stuff, scans, and transporter. So there's no rescue plan will work unless they can knock out. Oh, okay. So then, the rest of the crew, they're like, okay, we got to do a rescue plan, but we can only do it, like, it has to take out all three of them or else it won't work. And especially Data. They really got to knock out Data.
Yeah.
So Riker's like, okay, hear me out. Let's just stun everyone and deal with it later. And Picard's
I mean, there's
like,
a literal baby there.
yeah. And Picard's like, maybe like we should talk to Data O'Tryon. And Troy says that she would normally be counseling Picard on how to earn their trust. Data and Worf get so close to each other in these episodes.
Oh, yeah.
In this episode, I just kept yelling kiss
Yeah.
throughout this episode so much. Basically Data come at me bros at Worf, and you can see Worf wants to fight, but I just was like, fight at Worf, don't do it. Then Worf says, I have no
attack.
yeah.
Yeah, because Data's entity is like a total like macho bro, like
Yeah.
very impatient and shit.
He's a dirtbag.
Yeah.
So Worf says, I have no fear of death. And Data says, and I have no fear of killing you. And then I just wrote out of that, they stand really close. Kiss! So Troy's in charge of this hostage situation. And I just wrote, good for her.
Yeah. Moving up in the world, I guess.
Listen, take what you can get at this point. So the orders from the Data O'Tryon is to change the orbit of the Enterprise towards the southern polar region. And Picard is like, sure, but like, we're gonna do that real fucking slow.
Yeah, do it as slow as possible.
Yeah. So, okay. I do not remember what Dr. C is doing in this scene. I just wrote, Dr. C looks amazing. Good hair day. And then right after, would causing Data O'Troyan pain exercise the lights? I guess they're talking. I guess it's because that's when they were talking like why Riker didn't get possessed.
Yeah.
It's because he was
yeah.
injured and the pain could possibly get them out. So Rose suggests a plasma shock, painful but wouldn't cause physical harm. Okay, and then I wrote Dr. C and Ro episode. I would love that. Mm-hmm. Honestly, give me Dr. C, give me Ro. Together would be incredible.
Ro gets a real
I feel
cool
like that's
episode
probably
coming up, actually, but I won't tell you any more than that.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, wonderful.
I just like an episode with all the women.
Yes, where they're doing great
Cool
stuff and
yeah.
nobody's suffering or having a bad time. Okay, so Geordi says that he could hook up a modified laser scanner to a plasma inverter. The plasma shock would overload Data's neural net, so it would work for him also. Okay, so Geordi says they could fight the computer for a few seconds, window to fire the I don't know. I remember vaguely what they were doing, but the like specifics of it all, like I'm lost.
Yeah. I mean, Geordi always has a lot of false confidence with hookups.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
Very
In
funny.
more ways than one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
Yeah. Okay, so Picard's like, how can we shoot them? And Geordi's like, oh, we just get a micro optic drill through the ceiling. They'll never detect it. They also have to find a ways to neutralize the energy once it's out of Data O'Troyan. Picard, he asks what the status of the hostages are, and Worf's like, oh, people need medical attention. And
then he immediately starts giving them a bigger update, and they punch him, and they're like, nope.
Yeah. Because also he's like, oh, Data O'Troyan are not affected by the phasers. So Picard says, okay, well, like, if they release the injured, he will take their place. And Data O'Troyan agree because everyone cares about Picard. So, yeah. The logic makes sense. Everybody gives a shit.
Dude, if I were like a random person on a ship and the captain got captured, I would just be like, all right, bye. Let the next guy be captain. That's fine.
Yeah.
Riker, it's your time
Yeah.
to shine. Okay, so Picard then tells Riker, if Geordi and Ro try the rescue, go ahead. If they can't help. What the fuck did I write?
He's basically like, I'll let you know when the opportunity strikes or whatever.
Oh, yeah, because he said if you can't, then he'll give a signal or something or whatever. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, so like Keiko and little tiny baby Molly are in there, and man, I felt so bad for them because this would be fucking traumatizing on like a billion levels, but this is so much worse because this is her husband.
I don't know if you remember like that actual scene, but the actual like acting out of Keiko is like fucking terrifying.
She's incredible. The actress is incredible in this because, man, I don't know if I'd be able to like look at my like significant other the same way, even though like she obviously knows that it's not him, but it still looks like him.
Yeah.
So that would still be pretty fucking like terrifying. Just, I also like, okay, you're not going to hear me say this often, but I do feel bad for O'Brien.
Yeah.
Because the idea that now
happening.
he is, and also the idea that his body would scare the shit out of his wife and baby. Well, to be fair, Molly doesn't know what the fuck's going on, but to like the way that Keiko reacts to the stuff, which is like a very appropriate reaction, but like the idea that like I would hope that he doesn't feel responsible because it's obviously not his fault. But the idea that like now she has this image of him being like this, even though it's not him. But like what a traumatizing experience for everybody around. I just feel like especially bad for them because, you know, it's their significant others, and like I like that would be like that would be like a lot of therapy. Like a lot of fucking therapy.
It's okay. They're hanging out with therapists the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm sure that they'll be able to help. Oh.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, honestly, like, I just had a dream that a coworker did something really bad to me. And, like, the guy's perfectly fine. Like, it was just weird dream shit, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with the guy. He's never done anything to me. But, like, I had a very vivid dream of him doing something bad to me. And it took, like, a good few weeks for me to be able to look at him again.
Oh, jeez.
That's
Like,
fair.
so imagine, like, in real life, someone who looks like your fucking husband. I mean, it's his body, literally. And he's, like, being threatening towards you. Like, that's fucking scary.
Yeah. It's wild. So, okay. I did get a tiny laugh, though. This wasn't supposed to be funny. Well, it's not funny, but... Okay, at one point, Keiko hands Molly to this lady, but the lady just, like, scoots up from the floor like, oh, I'm ready. Give me this fucking baby. Like, give me the baby. Give me the baby. I'll take any opportunity to take this baby. Just the way she, like, slid up from the floor to the bench. I was like, wow. This lady is itching to hold a baby.
She was ready for that baby.
Oh, yeah, she's ready to go. Okay, so then we find out, not really, but we quote unquote find out that Troy is being possessed by Captain Bryce Shumar. Data is First Officer Stephen Mullen, and O'Brien is Security Chief Lieutenant Morgan Riley. Which is kidding. Morgan Kelly. I don't know where I got Riley from.
Oh, that's the name of a maple leaf, of a hockey player.
Oh!
It's Morgan Riley.
Oh, okay. That actually makes some sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wait. I actually think he's married to Tessa Virtue.
No, that's... Oh.
Is that a different person?
Actually,
like
no.
Like the figure skater. Isn't she married to him?
I don't know who Tessa Virtue's husband is, actually.
I think it's...
Because
I know he's on the Leafs. I think it's... Okay, sorry. Quick Google. I'm pretty sure it's him. Hold on. Tessa...
and technically they're ice dancers, not figure skaters.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm
just being
Ice
ass.
Dancers sounds like
No,
a fucking
I love her.
terrible TV show
yeah.
from the 90s.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
but I actually love her. I actually saw them perform after they won the last Olympics.
Oh, yeah.
They did a show. It was like a ice dancing and ice figure skating performing show out in Mississauga, which also I've now seen Elvis Stoico perform twice.
Oh, shit,
For some
really?
reason. Yeah, I saw him once at the X. He did the wildest compilation of like skating to movies, and one of the movies was The Godfather. So he did like an interpretive ice dance figure skating performance to the theme from The Godfather.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you happen to be American or just like not of our generation, Elvis Stoico was like fucking huge in Canada, like what, the 90s, I think it was?
Yeah, it was the 90s.
Yeah. Super like
that
a men's figure
curly
skater.
hair.
Yeah.
He had the curly hair and the single earring.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So Tessa Virtue is engaged to Toronto Maple Leafs defenseman Morgan Riley.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Neat.
I'm not... Okay. I follow her on Instagram, I think.
Nice.
Maybe that's why that's, like, name is popping around.
I think Morgan...
Okay.
Did Morgan Riley do... Oh, what was it? It's like Dancing with the Stars except skating. It's like Battle of the
I have no
Blades or
idea.
some shit.
Okay, I actually went to a recording of that once many years ago. Listen, I love a live show, and I was very much into figure skating when I was
yeah.
younger. My parents made me take it. I'm a terrible skater, but I do enjoy it. But I like skating.
I love figure skating, actually. It's great. My uncle, he's worked a lot of events, and like my uncle's like a blue collar like dude. He's like not homophobic, but you know that way that like no, he's very much not, but like you know that way like middle-aged guys are like, oh, that's kind of like a little fruity, you know.
Oh yes.
That kind of thing. And he's like, because he works in the TV industry, and he said like when he saw figure skating live, he gained a whole new respect for it. Because
it's
like
incredible.
Yeah, especially if you're at ice level and you see like you get to see really how high they fucking jump and shit and how much strength it takes. Oh, it's incredible.
Pretty incredible.
Yeah.
We had really good seats because we went for my birthday years ago to see the Olympic team. And that's when Tessa and Scott did their the Moulin Rouge.
Oh, yeah.
The Roxanne performance.
That's such a fucking good routine.
We had really good seats, and I think I recorded the whole thing. We were allowed to take pictures and video and everything, and I was like, this is fucking incredible. Okay, if anybody hasn't seen it, look on YouTube, Scott Moyer and Tessa Virtue, Roxanne. It is an incredible routine.
Yeah. Especially,
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I especially love the one they performed like at their last Olympics. Like that version's my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
It's incredible. Oh, they're fantastic.
Because like
okay.
it was
sorry,
just because it was this whole moment because everyone knew that this was going to be their last Olympics. They were like perennial champions, and it was just I mean that song for Moulin Rouge is like the best song in that movie too. So it was just this whole perfect mix of like emotion.
When we're done recording, I'm gonna go watch it. I'm just gonna look up on YouTube. Now it's in my head. I gotta watch it now again. Oh, it's so good. Oh,
All
okay.
right, enough of figure skating corner.
Yes. Okay, so Data. So O'Brien is Security Chief Lieutenant Morgan Kelly.
Yeah,
Morgan Kelly.
Thank you.
So, and I just wrote, yes, the classic, I need your help. More of taking over our systems and injuring people and hostages? What? I don't know what the fuck, I don't know what that means. Anyways, so their consciousness has now been stuck, take everything I'm about to say with a grain of salt. Their consciousness has been stuck on the moon. For 200 years. I wrote the moon. Yeah, a moon, the planet, whatever. For 200 years. And I just wrote, bummer. The Essex was caught in an electromagnetic storm, just as the shuttle was. Moments before they crashed, the bridge was struck by lightning. The ship was ripped apart. Their consciousness was absorbed into the magnetic currents on the surface. And Picard's like, okay, but like, why all the deception? Why all the violence? And
why didn't
Troy's
you just like ask us for help?
Yeah, and Troy's like, because you wouldn't believe us. You still don't. And she's like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, okay. He hasn't doubted. He was just like, why didn't you fucking tell us? It would like help you. She's like, but you don't believe us. It's like, okay, but like, what? And then Picard asks some questions to prove identity. Like, Picard knows the answers to this? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why those are
dumb.
things Picard would know.
Yeah.
Maybe he looked up the crew profiles, like, when they thought they were going to do a rescue or some shit.
Yeah. So Picard's like, all right, listen, end this hostage situation and we'll do whatever you need. And Troy's like, no, you won't. You don't trust us and we don't trust you. And I was like, this is so dumb. He's literally being like, we'll do your shit. And she's like, no, you won't. Like, so Picard's like, fine. Then like, what do you fucking want? And Troy's like, to rest forever. I'm like, same.
Yeah.
So Ro and Geordi are pushing a drill. Did I write scanner? What the fuck did I write? Oh god. My writing got really terrible in this. They make a hole, they put the scanner through the hole, and it's now like they're in like a little tunnel above 10 forward, and now they have video. So Dr. C now has an idea for a containment field. The energy seems to be vulnerable to the magnetic flux density as the storm on the planet. Whatever. Can they duplicate it? Yes, we can. And trap it.
My very
something.
favorite thing is listening to you read technobabble back that you've written.
I write down it all because I don't know what it means, but I
just in case it's actually
It's okay.
something.
The actors don't know what it
yeah,
means.
just in
either.
case
They're
somebody
just
else
saying it.
does.
Yeah.
Just in case somebody else needs it.
Yeah.
So, can they duplicate the storm? Jordy's like, we can do it by flooding 10 forward with ionogetic particles. And they can do this all in 45 to 60 minutes. Cool. Whatever. So Picard's like, Worf, thoughts? And Worf's like, well, possession in stories, so this is plausible. So Worf's on board with this situation, this theory. And oh yeah, this felt fucking mean. So O'Brien is like remembering things about his relationship with Keiko, and I just like, leave her the fuck alone. Not O'Brien as O'Brien, but this O'Brien, the Data O'Troyan O'Brien.
Yeah, the
because this was like
entity.
really yeah, this was fucking
Even
rough.
they tell him to like leave her alone.
Yeah. So Troy is like, oh, the southern polar region is where the bridge ended up. So like, we just need to get our skeletal remains and bury it on Earth. And Picard's like, okay, we'll do that. Just fucking let everybody else out.
Yeah.
But Data O'Troyan's like, no, maybe we'll just kill someone.
Yeah.
Maybe Worf, maybe Keiko. And then, oh, this is when the lady pops up to take Molly, because I wrote this. There is a lady ready to just take Molly in a second.
Yeah.
So, Data's like, Picard, you pick who we kill, Worf or Keiko or both. Which made me think of the little girl from the was it El Paso ad? She's like, why not both?
Oh yeah.
Like the hard taco and the soft taco.
Yeah. They're like, should we have hard tacos or soft tacos? And it's like, why not both?
Why not both?
Yeah.
So Data O'Troyan stand in like the circle range. So Ro is going to shoot her shot. But Data steps out like the second she fires. So she gets O'Brien and Troy, but not Data, so it does not work.
Yeah.
Out. So Data grabs Picard by the throat. And I'm like, oh boy. And tells them to stop or he will kill everyone in this room. And I'm like, yeah, I believe him. That Data lifts Picard up and Picard, I just says to about the plan. What the fuck? Okay, sorry. My notes are a mess. And I don't remember that much about the episode. So, my notes are failing me a bit. Anyways.
I love seeing how your brain works.
Does it work? That's debatable.
Yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't have been able to recap like half as much as you.
I take extensive notes because I have a bad memory, but even my extensive notes are garbage.
Yeah.
Oh, I just remembered.
Mine
oh God.
are also not better.
it's only gonna get worse because I got stubborn.
You wrote in the margins again?
Worse.
Oh.
I didn't want to use another page, so I wrote my last few notes on a Post-it and just stuck it to the page.
How is that better?
That is excellent.
How
It's
is...
not. I said it's worse. I said it's worse.
No, but like, how is...
Because I didn't think I'd have more to write. I thought I would just fill the margins. But then more stuff happened, so I had more to say. And then I was like, well, I gonna just die on this hill, I guess.
That reminds me of that dumb Invader Zim quote in like the first episode of it, where they're just like, I put the fires out, you made them worse. Worse
Or better.
better.
This is a new notebook also. So like I wanted to be like,
You have
oh,
plenty
this
of
is notebook
paper.
very- Yeah, I have the whole fucking book. And I was like, but what if I do this instead?
Yeah, what if I don't do that?
So, okay. Troy goes to the bridge and gives the coordinates, but the weather is bad on the planet, even for their scanners to work. Data Troyan need the transporter. Picard makes a deal for Data to go to the cargo bay and the transporter with no interference. They also take Picard, Worf, and Keiko as hostages to ensure safety to the cargo bay. Oh boy, pray with me because, or pray for me because, we've gotten to the last page of my notes.
The Post-it?
Oh boy, yeah, this is a mess. Okay, so Picard says, Captain Schumer, how do you intend to achieve this rest that you so desire? Then Troy says, what do you mean? And then Picard says, well, how do you intend to free yourselves of this existence that has so trapped your consciousness? And Troy says, it will fade as we move further from this planet. And Picard's like, really? And what is your scientific basis for that? And Troy's like, I don't need a scientific basis. Just be quiet.
Yeah.
And then Gask, Picard thinks Bryce is not telling the truth.
Ooh.
So
Are you telling me the person who's been extremely unreliable up until this point is not telling the truth?
Yeah.
Holy
I know.
shit.
What a plot twist. So, they're like, okay, they're in cargo bay 4, so, like, last option is to, like, open the hatch, which they'll be fine. We did it with, Geordi and Dr. C opened the hatch, and they were fine. So, Picard is right. There's, like, okay, these... God, this is, like, truly, like, a last-minute, like, what is it called? A Hail Mary? It's something football-y.
Yeah. Hail Mary is the correct term.
Is that the right?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Okay, so they're like, oh, so actually, we'll tell the real truth now. We were the light entities that were brought to this moon over 5 centuries ago from a system called something that I can't read.
Uxmal.
There we go.
Yeah.
Good thing somebody else had that answer because I did not.
I only remember it because I like the way it sounds when Troy says it. Also, it sounds a little silly.
Yes, incredible.
Come here from a planet called Uxmal.
Ooh, party. So they separated from their bodies and were left to drift in thunderstorms, blah, blah, blah. They tried to escape on the Essex, but couldn't handle the storm, so it crashed. So they killed everybody on the Essex, basically. Cool. Picard's like, so, you lied? And Troy's like, yeah, I didn't think you would be cool with allowing hundreds of condemned prisoners on board.
Yeah.
So yeah, the moon's a penal colony. Surprise.
Yeah.
So Riker tells Dr. C to flood the cargo bay with her containment field to hold the other prisoners?
Yeah.
Yeah. Data Troyan is like, but we have the bodies of Picard. Like, what? Who cares?
Oh, basically,
Doesn't matter.
like
I don't know what that note is.
Your crewmates will die too.
Yeah.
And
okay.
And they're
sure.
like,
And then Keiko's, she's willing to die to save Molly. And
yeah.
I'm like, oh God. And then I just wrote, it's Worf's dream come true. But Picard's like, bitch, please. These people whose bodies you had would like definitely die for the ship. So like,
Yeah.
it's cool. Then, Picard. I was like, what the fuck? Where did I write? We're back in the margins. People.
Sorry, I only just realized what you meant because when you're like, it's Worf's dream, I realized you meant it's Worf's dream to die for the ship.
Yes.
But I thought you were saying it's Worf's dream for Keiko to die.
No, to die for Molly.
Yeah.
No, Worf likes Keiko. Worf didn't deliver that baby for like them to die. No,
Yeah.
Worf's dream is to die with honor, saving people or whatever. So, okay. So then Picard is like, give up the ghosts and we'll send you back to the planet.
Literally.
And then, yeah, so Worf does the honors. I don't remember what the honors are, so let's guess this is as good as mine.
The honors are to beam them
Oh,
back.
okay. So Troy, watching her body and voice, or catching body and voice? Who the fuck knows? Anyway, now we're on to the Post-it. So Data says, oh, okay, it's just a quote. Oh, and one comment. So then Data says, Lieutenant, I must apologize. Oh, this is to Worf. Lieutenant, I must apologize for my inadvertent misconduct towards you. And Worf goes, no apology necessary. And then Data says, your restraint was most remarkable. And Worf goes, you have no idea. And then the last note, I wrote on the Post-it is, Molly's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was my mess for recap.
Oh, God.
This episode was as messy as my notes.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fun.
fine. It's like, if you want something on in the background or whatever, or just like an easy watch, I'd say this is a decent episode.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's an action episode before
Yeah.
it's anything else. I think my main problem ends up being the fact that the way that the episode resolves is essentially just like with what's his name who killed Tasha.
Oh, yeah.
Armis,
Oh, yeah.
where it's just like, well, they're evil, so put them back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they'll just...
And like that doesn't really fit with Star Trek's more enlightened view in the past and the future when it comes to political prisoners.
Yeah, they never even asked, like, what their crimes were. Like, maybe...
No, they don't. They've been here for 500 years, therefore they're bad and
Yeah.
they deserve it.
I do think it was funny that their plan was like, we're just going to get a few hundred of our fellow prisoners to just, take over the Enterprise. It's cool. Mm-hmm. It'll be fine. It'll be real chill. We'll have a good time.
And you'll get to watch us. Also, what a fucking punishment. Your soul gets to live on for eternity on this fucking planet.
Yeah.
You just get to live as a thunderstorm forever.
Like, that is relentlessly
Actually,
cruel.
that sounds way cooler.
Yeah,
the way
I
said
kind of
it.
picture it. Yeah, as a thunderstorm. I kind of wonder if it feels like basically like, okay, when I picture like being in a thunderstorm forever, I just picture like the longest migraine,
Yeah. Ugh.
which like would suck. But at the same time, the way Maggie you described it, it sounds cool.
Yeah.
But the way I'm thinking of it sounds shitty.
Yeah.
Like a straight up bad time.
Yeah, it
But
doesn't sound great.
This episode was like, yeah, not great. But I did like that, Troy got to do some shit. Didn't love that something else took over her body. Fucking Christ. I didn't like that anybody's body got taken over, but at least nobody was harmed. Fucking everybody was harmed in this episode. I'm glad nobody is, nope. I was going to say, no, people are traumatized. Nope.
Yeah.
I've lost. Nope.
No, they'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll never hear of this again.
That's right.
I'm happy for the actors. They got to, do something different, which was probably fun. Mm-hmm. And
Oh, yeah. I'm sure Brent Spiner especially loved it. Like, he got to play an evil character that wasn't Lore.
Yeah.
that actually makes, like, I haven't thought about Lore in a while. I wonder what he's up to. Probably nothing good, but
Yeah, I was going to say, it's Lore.
yeah, probably up to some shenanigans. This is
Some Lore-nanigans.
This is such a side note, but I saw a TikTok where this girl was like, if they shenan once, they're gonna shenan again. It was so funny.
Oh, God. That's really good.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
Yeah.
I wish I remembered what her account was or the name, whatever. But yeah, I'm sure it'll pop around somewhere on Instagram in a few weeks from now.
Yeah.
Of course.
As all trendy TikToks end up.
Yeah.
What else to say of this episode? Happy to see Ro. Happy to see Dr. C.
Yeah.
Could do more
I
with
think,
Dr. C.
One of the things that actually annoys me quite a bit about the episode is that the lighting is actually fairly bad for it. Like, I know that they're in 10 forward, and for a lot of it. So like they're a little bit limited on what their lighting can be, but there are so many like scenes between them where it's just like constant dark lighting, and it does not look good on the way that this was shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Where's the fuck is Guinan? We haven't seen Guinan in
Guinan's
forever.
not there
Yeah.
because Guinan, you see, is a guest star that requires a good amount of money to get on the show, so they don't always have her when it makes perfect sense to have her.
Yeah.
Because I miss Guinan. I could do with some more Guinan. Okay, but hear
Don't worry,
me out.
there's more Guinan.
Okay, an episode, it's Guinan, Troy, Dr. C, and Ro just talking shit.
No,
Yeah, that's
you won't get that.
what I want. That's one day I will write my episode and I will write that.
You will get a really weird quadruple episode, quadruple. I don't know.
A foursome?
There'll be an episode. No, it's one episode, but it's the episode focuses around a grouping of Picard, Guinan, Ro, and wait, was it just them three?
Picard, Guinan, Ro, Keiko.
Oh, and Keiko.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh. Party.
Yeah, so that'll be an interesting episode when you get to that.
Ugh, I wish, okay, no offense to Keiko, but like if it was Dr. C instead, that would be incredible.
It's really strange that they spend as much time on Keiko as they do. Like, I don't have a problem with it. It's just, it's weird that she pops up as often as she does in TNG, considering that TNG is not a show generally about the civilians on the ship. But she gets brought up quite a bit. She gets a much heavier focus when they get to DS9, and they actually do episodes revolving specifically around her.
Yeah.
Party. Well, I'm happy to see her, and I hope she, I hope everybody gets therapy after this episode. Troy's going to have a full schedule.
Yeah.
I mean, she's going to have to therapy herself first, isn't
Yeah.
she?
She should do a video chat with somebody about her own trauma from this.
Yeah. There's really not a lot to say about this episode.
No, it's an action piece.
Yeah. And we took quite a while in the recap, so I think it's fair to move on to favorite moments and lines.
I think so, too.
All right.
Yeah, I liked Data and Worf's exchange at the end. His restraint was remarkable. I like that. I liked that Ro was in this episode. Dr. C's hair looked great.
Oh, yeah.
I liked the lady who was ready to hold that baby in 1 second. And yeah, I guess that's it. I don't know. This was like fine, but there wasn't like a ton I liked. I guess.
Yeah, that's completely fair.
So there's when they're in 10 Forward and Picard and Worf are kind of debating whether they're telling the truth about being the crew of the Essex or whatever, and he's like, I can't see like Starfleet officers acting this way. And then Picard's like, well, maybe their isolation has made them mad. I just really like the way he said it. Maybe they've gone mad. And yeah, I like the way Troy says Utsmal. But that's about
Well, yes.
But that's about it. There's nothing like that super stands out.
I actually really like Brent Spiner in this episode. He's
Yes.
the only one of the three that I think really gets to act like another character, because I think that while both Troy and O'Brien are acting like an alien thing, they both come off a little bit robotic, like in the way that they're speaking, as if it's difficult for them to speak, and I find that a little strange. Like, there's a
Yeah.
couple of moments where the way that O'Brien is talking is just like, no, And it just there's like no emotion behind it whatsoever, and that's pretty much Troy throughout the thing, where she's talking like this all of the time, and I find that very frustrating. Whereas Data's nothing like that. Brent Spiner is really playing this like he's a dastardly villain.
Ready to fight.
Yes, you Klingon. Attack me.
All right. So, predictions for the next episode. The next episode is unfortunately a big bummer.
Oh, fun.
So the next episode is called Ethics.
Oh, boy.
And your tidbit for this episode is that a crew member gets into a serious accident, and there is a lot of debate about what to do with treatment and life after the accident.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That's really fucking heavy.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Is the person, like... I don't know, my first thought is like, is somebody like brain dead, and the ethics of like, do they keep them alive, or do they, shut a machine down? Or, man, I would not have expected that on TNG, but also that could probably not be the plot also.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's fucking rough.
Yeah.
Oh God. Ooh, I'm coming up with some really bad ideas. Oh God.
Hey,
because I'm like now thinking
we love bad
sorry,
ideas on this show.
Accurate.
I'm just thinking, what if it's like a situation where they need to like replace a body part with like someone else's, but like the other, or like is organ donation, or like oh boy.
Oh yeah, I'm just remembering
case.
They did have an episode where Worf like refused to give a blood transfusion to a Romulan.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
So I guess it's not that unexpected.
Oh my God, does someone need to donate a body part? They're like, oh, I need a new kidney. Somebody was stabbed in their kidney.
Oh,
But like maybe oh God, now I feel like this is organ donation related. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. Somebody gets like stabbed or badly injured, and they need a replacement of an organ, and maybe whoever like matches with them, they are like they're like concerned, like what if something goes wrong, like are they automatically, are they like obligated to help somebody just because they're a match, or because like it's risking their own life to help this person, or do they do it because it's your fellow human being? Oh God, yeah, I'm going with organ donation.
Okay.
Oh God. Oh boy.
All right. Do you have a guess as to who the crew member is?
Oh, it's somebody we know? Oh,
Yes.
God. Oh, no. I don't even want to guess. I God forbid. I don't want any of them. I don't want anyone. I just knocked on my desk, which is nice. But I don't want to guess the person. I
Okay.
don't. That's...
Okay, fair. I won't make you guess.
Okay.
All right. Well, if you want to see if Dory's correct, and you want to find out who gets into a serious accident, watch along with us and join us for the next episode of Fully Functional, a TNG podcast.
Goodbye.